The Power of Belief. Bunker Bean's story. Bunker Bean lived a life many would call unremarkable. The gray haze of routine clouded his days. A monotonous office job, the same sandwich for lunch, the unchanged hum of the city around him. Friends, he had a few, but they were more acquaintances. Goals, none that he could articulate. Every evening, as he took the same route home, he passed by his own reflection in the shop windows and see a man who seems older than his years, beaten down by the weight of his own self-doubt. His parents always told him, "Bunker, you're destined for mediocrity. Don't aim too high." And he believed them. Why would he question the two people who had brought him into this world? Failures and setbacks were Bunker's constant companions, and they whispered in his ear, "This is all you are, all you'll ever be." But fate had a peculiar twist in store for him. One evening, after a particularly harrowing day at work, Bunker found himself wandering aimlessly through the city's cobble streets. The neon sign of a psychic shop, Madame Zara's Realm of the Unknown, caught his eye. On the whim, perhaps seeking solace or an escape from his mundane reality, Bunker decided to step inside. The shop was bathed in an otherworldly glow, filled with the scent of incense. Madame Zara, an enigmatic figure with piercing eyes, beckoned him over. "Seeking answers?" she whispered. Before he knew it, Bunker found himself pouring out his life story, his ambitions, his failures, and his deepest insecurities. Madame Zara listened, her gaze never wavering. Then, a ceremonial flourish, she announced, "In the past life, you were none other than Napoleon Bonaparte, a leader, a visionary." The weight of that revelation was colossal. Bunker left the shop, his mind racing. The spirit of Napoleon, could it be? The thought was both exhilarating and terrifying. In the following weeks, Bunker dived into history books, immersing himself in the life and times of Napoleon. The more he read, the more he began to see parallels. Napoleon's ambition, his drive, his refusal to bow down to adversity. Embracing his newfound identity, Bunker's transformation was astounding. He took charge of his life with a fervor he had never known. Gone was the timid man who shrank into the background. In his place stood a confident, driven individual who commanded respect and radiated authority. His career took off, from boardroom presentations to public speaking events. Bunker's voice rang out clear and confident. He started mentoring, guiding others to see the greatness within themselves. The man who once doubted his own move now inspired hundreds to embrace their inner potential. As Bunker reflected on his remarkable accomplishment, channeling the spirit of Napoleon, a lingering thought emerged. Who was I before Napoleon? Compelled by his newfound curiosity, he thought about returning to the mystic. With anticipation in his eyes, he was thinking of asking, "Before Napoleon, who was I? I want her to reveal that chapter of my past to me." Driven by insatiable curiosity, Bunker made a second visit to Madame Zara's establishment. Eagerly, he posed the question, "Before I was Napoleon, who was I in a past life?" "Ah," she whispered with dramatic pause, You were Ramses the Great, the powerful pharaoh of ancient Egypt. With the stunning revelation of his past life as Ramses the Great, Bunker's worldview underwent a seismic shift. No longer was his existence a mere succession of personal triumph. Now, it bore the weight of centuries of leadership and grandeur. And with this new realization came new responsibilities. Inspired by the majestic works that Ramses had bestowed upon Egypt, Bunker delved deep into philanthropy. He imagined a world where every child, irrespective of their social and economic background, had access to quality education. Channeling the spirit of Ramses, Bunker set up the Ramses Foundation for Enlightened Minds. This initiative aimed to build schools in underserved communities across the country, equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and dedicated teachers. Each school bore the emblem of Ramses, a proud falcon, wings outstretched, symbolizing the limitless horizon that education could offer. But Bunker's ambition did not stop there. Recollecting the tales of the mighty Nile that nourished ancient Egyptian civilization, Bunker launched the New Nile Initiative. Its mission was to provide clean, accessible drinking water to the regions plagued by water scarcity. Employing cutting-edge desalination technology and sustainable water management practices. This project transformed arid villages into thriving oases of life. Furthermore, Bunker was captivated by the grandeur of the temples and monuments that Ramses had commissioned. Drawing inspiration, he sponsored the creation of community centers in urban neighborhoods. These were not just buildings, they were hubs of culture, art, and community bonding, where people from all walks of life could gather, learn, and collaborate. Media hailed him as a visionary, drawing parallels between his monumental efforts and the architectural marvels of ancient Egypt. In interviews, Bunker often said, "When you realize the vast potential of legacy, personal success feels fleeting. Ramses taught me the value of timelessness. I strive not for accolades that adorn my living room, but for the change that echoes through generations." Indeed, his philanthropic endeavors began to overshadow his business achievements. Bunker Bean, once the Tim soul seeking direction, was now leaving indelible imprints in the sands of time. His journey, fueled by revelations of grandeur and the spirit of a pharaoh, became a testament to the boundless change one person can instigate, even the right spark of inspiration. The legacy of Bunker's achievements seemed a lot celestial, and yet his insatiable curiosity beckoned him to delve deeper into his past lives. He thought, if as Napoleon I conquered empires, and as Ramses I built civilization, then what wonders did I achieve before them? With the burning question, he found himself once again outside Madame Zara's mysterious shop, yearning to uncover another layer of his supposed past. However, as he approached, he noticed a commotion. Blue and red lights flashed, and the cacophony of chatters and accusation filled the air. The shop's door was adjourned, revealing police officers handcuffing Madame Zara. Accusations flew, claiming she was a fraud, preying on the vulnerable by selling them enticing tales of illustrious past lives. It turned out her crystal ball and tarot cards were mere props in a well-executed theatrical performance. Bunker's heart sank. The foundation upon which he had built, his newfound identity seemed to be crumbled. Was his transformation based on an elaborate lie? Doubts and questions swirl in his mind. Had he truly been those historical figures, or was it all a mirage conjured by a clever charlatan? As the reality of the situation settled in, Bunker realized something profound. Whether or not he had been Napoleon or Ramses in the past life was inconsequential. It was the belief in those stories that had empowered him to reshape his destiny. It was his conviction, his drive, and his unyielding determination that had led him create lasting legacies. He mused, it wasn't the tales of Napoleons or Ramses that made me great. It was my unwavering belief in myself and my potential. The stories were mere catalysts. The real transformation had come from within. Madame Zara's deceit could have broken many, but not Bunker. He chose to see it as yet another lesson in his journey. Authentic greatness, he realized, stemmed not from tales of the past, but from actions in the present. As he walked away from the chaos, the silhouette of his confident stride was illuminated by the setting sun, symbolizing the end of one chapter and the dawn of another. His past identities, the very foundation of his transformation, were now in question. Yet, amidst the chaos, a profound realization dawned upon him. It wasn't the identities themselves that mattered. It was the belief in their power. Whether Napoleon or Ramses, the true change had come from within him, fueled by a newfound self-belief. In a candid moment with a journalist, Bunker reflected, Madame Zara gave me a story, but it was my belief in that story that rewrote my destiny. Our true power lies in our beliefs, not the narratives that shape them. The legend of Bunker Bean shines as a clear illustration. We all have within us the capacity to fall, to climb, to triumph. It isn't about the past role assigned to us, but the beliefs we harbor and the narratives we choose